why your 2025 isn't about hitting any monthly income goals, but rather it is about building a cash making money machine. This is something that hit me so hard in the conversations I had with my one-on-one clients the last 2 weeks, and also I'm guilty of this in the beginning. And it's really where I'm bringing the two worlds together of energetics, manifestation, running an online business, and at the same time being a former investment banker and scaling companies so big and launch them on a global base that if my old employees would see what I did with my own business the first 2 years, they would be shaking their head and saying like, what the F, Janine? And that is really, for some reason, in the female coaching industry, it's being taught that this is how you should run your business. First goal, it's always about monthly income goals, right? The first goal is like, have a 10K month. The 10K month becomes a 50K month. A 50K month becomes a 100K month. A 100K month becomes a 250K month, and so on and so on and so on, till we are here to make $1 million months, till we're here to make 10 million a month. And I was guilty of this because I thought, oh, it's cool. But what has happened, and maybe this resonates with you, is every time I hit a monthly income goal, it kind of felt like, what's next? And I had to start from the freaking beginning again. And really what I did in the last 3 years, and this is a massive game changer, is I've reverse engineered my business. And I've made my first million within 12 months, which was cool. But then it asked me, okay, what's next? And then the goal was 10 million. And if you've been a listener of the Big Money podcast, I've shared this over the last 6 years. I actually don't know, I think like 2-3 years ago, my income goal became $150 million. Until today, I haven't hit it. And what has happened, the last 2 years, I had this goal, right? And for the first time, I haven't hit an annual goal. I got frustrated. I was sad. I'm like, why is this not happening? And I kept the same approach I had in the beginning, just having monthly income goals and try to hit them and then move on. And as Albert Einstein already said, if we're doing the same thing over and over again, but we don't get the results we want, it is insane to keep doing the same stuff over and over again and hope we get a different result, right? So this is really when the last, for sure, 2025, I've been going back so much to my real business background, what I've learned at university, as a former investment banker for over 5 years. And that is like, you freaking reverse engineer what you want to accomplish. So I really reverse engineered my milestone. It's not a goal to hit $150 million in sales in 1 year, rich and happy, not myself, my company. And realize like, okay, cool, what does that mean? Let me reverse engineer this, really to have this as a milestone, not as a goal, meaning for me a milestone has the energy of something else is coming afterwards. I just don't want to create and scale that company to $150 million and then what's next, at least right now. So I want to keep going. So the next milestone I set myself is $150 million, and I've reverse engineered this to annual milestones I want to accomplish, quarterly milestones, weekly milestones, and those I broke down into daily milestones. So by now I know exactly what to do every single day. And the cool part about this approach is that, again, guilty of this, and I know I am not the only one here, freaking instant gratifications, right? We keep posting on Instagram, we keep doing something new, and immediately we want sales to hit, views, like reels to go viral, the biggest views, like the whole world talking about us. But it's not like that. So there were times, and if you've been in my Rich Content Queen program this year, every month I was talking about that this year I truly dedicated to mastering social media. And it really took me a whole freaking year to trial and error, first of all, so many things, find my approach, see what works for me, and come up with a plan where I'm like, this is so genius, this makes money literally with every live, every post, every reel, whatever I do. And of course I'm gonna show up. But this is not about, and this is why this reverse engineer approach helped me so much overcoming instant gratification. I don't care how many views, likes, comments, if things go viral on my account or not, if all of those are happening or not, because the way I set up my business, and this is so genius, you can check out my social media and you will see this literally every single time I'm posting. It's timeless content that's converting daily, creating sales daily. So actually already I've built a freaking sales engine, and this is something that was always on my mind. I love talking to you, I love coaching, but if everything's possible, I want the complete freedom over my calendar. Meaning, if my business, this is a contemplation I had last year, if my business would be making the money I wanted to make, would I be having monthly masterclasses, live programs, live coachings, close proximity programs? The answer was no. So I really had to sit down with myself, be honest, and create a plan, reverse engineer my big vision of running a company that makes $150 million in sales every year, and without depending on me to show up live. This was the biggest game changer, because if you've been in my world for the last years, I talked so much about all my close proximity spaces, my masterminds, my one-on-one coachings, monthly live coachings. Everything would be depending on me showing up and coaching live. So there was no freedom, because that meant if I wouldn't be showing up, the company wouldn't make any money. And that just means, if we translate this is just having another job. This is not freedom. So I always say I had a hobby that made a lot of money, but it was not a business, because a business does not depend on one single person. And for so many of you, your business depends on you. Your sales, your income depends on you, because you don't have any strategy in place. And for me, a strategy is just a plan I follow. It doesn't mean everything has to happen exactly the way I wrote it down. It's not happening in my world at all. But I have a plan, and I see how everything is building and growing to my ultimate next big milestone of hitting a company that makes $150 million in sales. And this, if you feel like, fuck, I'm guilty of this resonates with me, I really do not have a plan, not for this year, not for next year, or not even for the years afterwards, I highly invite you to join the 2025 cash plan. Because we are going to reverse engineer your big vision, and that is for sure not just $1 million. This is a minimum of $10 million. If you want to know how to reverse engineer this, how to have a plan, and what to do every single day in order to keep growing to that vision, to that version, this is the program to be. We are starting at the end of December, so it is amazing. It's perfect timing. I'm so happy you are here. But there's something better than the cash plan. And that is in the last days, because when you start implementing what I teach you, while things keep happening, like people texting you, oh my gosh, just found your profile, just watched this one live, how can I buy from you? Can I buy everything? Do you have something that has everything? And at this point, I do not have a program, a bundle that has everything I'm offering. But I thought, if I'm honest, you also do not need everything at once, but you need a starting point. Every engine we create needs a first initial fuel, right? And that's why we've created the Feminine Wealth Engine, the 2025 edition. And this is my baby. You will hear me talking about it non-stop for the whole freaking next year. And this includes, I wrote this down because so many things are included in here. So the first part is, you know how people have, and we always had this in the past, we had a bundle like the 2023 signature programs, 2024. We always had a bundle at the end of the year with our signature programs. And I thought, it's kind of cool, but I wanted something else. So, of course, as a big theme for this year and the Rich and Happy World, and for you is reverse engineer your biggest vision, we've also had to freaking reverse engineer this bundle. Meaning, there is the Feminine Wealth Engine 2025 edition. This bundle starts as of today till December 31st, 2025. So till the end of next year. So the earlier you join, the longer you have access to this bundle. And it includes so many things. So I wrote those down to make sure I do not forget anything. First of all, it includes the Big Money Podcast, the Signature Club. If you don't know, I have a free podcast, the Big Money Podcast. Also, it has 3 signature episodes every single week where I go into the details. This is paid and it's included in the Wealth Engine 2025 edition. Also, the all-time favorite program of this community, the Cash Magnet program. It's a 3-part program that teaches you how to make more money, how to hold more money, and how to multiply more money. Because if you actually ask yourself and compare yourself to a year ago or 5 years ago, all of you are gonna say, I'm making more money right now than I've ever made before in my life. So this is a freaking clear indicator that you do not have a problem making more money, that you actually have a problem of holding, having the money and then multiplying it. You don't know how to create wealth. You keep spending it on shit. Sorry, someone had to say it. So this program, the Cash Magnet program, will fix that for you. Then there's also the 15-minute dream client filter in there, which I love. So this is again gonna be some freaking real talk we're gonna have in there. Again, so many of you are talking to your ideal clients because this is what the online marketing world has taught you. Like ideal clients. But ideal clients means ideal income. But if you master how to talk to dream clients, you receive dream income. I'm talking to a very particular person, and that's why people reach out to me as little after one post or one live. How can I buy from you? It's not by coincidence. But not everybody. Did you hear? I didn't say everybody's reaching out. Only my dream clients do. And this is created, surprise, surprise, by design. And if you do this, it makes it so much easier. It makes sure that when you are the Chanel, you are talking to people that value Chanel and are happy to spend the money for Chanel products versus you talking to H&M people and wondering what's wrong with me. Why are people telling me it's too pricey? Nah, don't want to come in, don't need this. That's why. Something that has to be learned and understood. So if this is you, I've got you in the Feminine Wealth Engine 2025. Also included, obviously, Janine's business tools. These are, I'm sharing fully transparent, all the tools we're using as a team to run an 8-figure business. And the best part, obviously this list is not complete as tools are changing, we are upgrading. You will always receive free upgrades for the rest of your life, aka as long as this program exists, all upgrades are included for free. And now we're coming to the parts of the parts, and that is, if you're joining in December, the cash plan, what we talked about earlier in this program, really to reverse engineer your big vision, is included. And this is really, if I have to decide and only teach you one thing, it is really to reverse engineer your big vision and overcome instant gratifications. Because I am completely guilty of this, of chasing quick monthly cash goals, feeling empty on the inside, kind of not having a plan with the money. Because why can I teach you? It's a freaking 3-step approach to master wealth. make more money, hold more money, multiply. I couldn't hold, and for sure I couldn't multiply. I was the one that made multi-million dollars. I remember my first $1 million month. I almost spent on luxury designer things, private jet things. And if you ask me what's left from that, the honest answer would be no. And if I'm looking back, obviously it was fun, it was joy, and I'm so grateful for the lessons, because I feel those big money wealth lessons I've learned for all of us. But also to speak up that just because you hit big money goals, you haven't created wealth. Repeating this. Just because you've made big money so far doesn't mean you have created big wealth. And this is just very different. So if you're ready to create a business that lasts a lifetime, not just for you, but for your family, you can hand over to your children something that creates generational wealth and not just quick income. This bundle is really for you. You just have to comment 2025 to get the link, and it's only $555. So it's really, I thought it was a cool angel price number, and actually the team wrote this down, so I have to check the number. It's actually, if you would buy everything separately, it's over $6,800. So I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool deal. Something, an early Christmas present to yourself. And remember, if you join this month, you get access to the Cash Plan 2025. And the best part, the earlier you join, obviously, the longer you have access. And I don't know if I said this, but I'm adding constantly new programs to this bundle as 2025 passes. So those will obviously be free for you. So happy to have you. Can't wait to continue this journey. And this really moves the needle for your business, for your own wealth. If you can overcome instant gratification and have a long-term vision where you want to go, what you want to build, because that will carry you. I love you. You've got this. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Adios.